Hello, my very good friends. It's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday. It's haul video day. If you're new here, hello, my name is Laura. I sell women's vintage clothing online on sites like Etsy, eBay, Depop, Poshmark, and whatnot, which is an online auction platform. And I come to you on YouTube every week to give you haul videos and what sold videos and rambly reseller bullshit. And today is haul video day. And it was a really nice day at the thrift. I am very excited about it. It was a really nice haul day at the thrift. The rest of the day at the thrift was a chaotic nightmare, but I made it through and I got some really cute stuff. So I cannot wait to show you. All right, so let's see. First up, I remembered my hanger, so that's a good sign. First up is this really cute little 60s or 70s era dress. It's a maxi length dress. It's a real fun print. We got little buttony guys down the front. This little sweetheart is filthy. She got problems, but that's okay because that's what washing is for, and maybe some OxyClean. We'll see. She's got a lot of stuff going on, but maxi length. And the other thing that's really exciting about her is she was $4, so that was nice. Plus, I got an extra 20% off of everything today, so $4 plus 20% off of that. I was trying to remember how the discounts work. But also here, this is a brand, which is like a brand. It's not like Gucci brand, but it's a nice brand that people like. So very excited about that one. And the sleeves on this one are pretty cool too. Like it's got, you know, just a little bit of fullness, and then they have a structured cuff. So it gives you that little poof right above the wrist, which is nice. And then those guys, which I always think are a lot of fun on sleeves. So that's item number one. I'm not going to talk about all the items as long as that. Item number two, this is very exciting, is one of these guys, these Moroccan belt guys. This one's very pretty. First of all, genuine leather made in Morocco. And yes, this was $10. This was not on sale. So it did cost $10 whole. But it's very cool, right? So you got these like stamped silver guys on here. This is a really cool belt. The last time I sold one of these on Whatnot, I know that it sold for like a decent amount of money. What amount was that? I don't know. Was it 30? Was it 50? I don't remember. I was happy with what it sold for. I know that. So this will go on Whatnot. I don't think it's going to go in tomorrow's show. It's probably going to go into next week's because I like to have a little bit of time for some excitement to build, even though I never load anything until the night before. But we're going to try and remedy that this week because not only do I have this Moroccan belt, I have a couple of other fun pieces that I want to build some excitement for. Maybe once in a blue moon, I could post something on fucking Instagram and generate some like energy for my shows. I don't do that. All I do is share stupid stories on Instagram. So anyway, that's that belt. Very excited about it. And I don't have to keep it because I've already kept an awesome belt that's similar. So yay. All right, next up, this thing I am super stoked about. This is a two-piece set. So I'm going to show you, it's a dress and a jacket, and I'm going to show you the jacket first because you might recognize it because I literally just sold one of these like a week or two ago. This one's pink, but do you recognize the whole silhouette of this? And especially if I show you the back, do you recognize that? With that little split open back, and then this little front with this sort of scarfy looking situation, and then these little rosettes. So the one that I had, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks ago, something like that, right? Pretty recently, Wild Rose, was like cream colored. And then it had, the whole thing was cream colored, but the little rosettes here were like peachy color. It was very cute. I thought it was so cool. So this one has the jacket, but also, I can't get the hanger out. So sorry. Also, has a fucking dress. So it's two pieces, and that's super exciting. And I love it. Yay. I love that the dress has the buttons down the front. It's long, very pretty. This was marked at $10, but it was 50% off for me. So I paid $5 plus 20% off of that. So that's it. Very excited about this little two-piece set. It's going to look way better when I model it than it does on this dumb hanger. Sorry, hanger. You're not dumb. I apologize. Hanger's doing its job. All right, this thing is really fucking cute. Needs a steam like nobody's business, but look. So this is chiffon over like a nylon-y layer thing. You've got this satin double layer. It's not a belt, it's just like a waist detail. And then of course all the sequins. The colors are dreamy. This bow, I believe, it doesn't really, the bow might need a little securing of sorts. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy with anything about this before listing it on Whatnot because I'm going to list this for like $15 auction start. So if I listed it on Etsy, I'd do a little more work on the bow, but I'm not really worrying about it much on Whatnot. Look at these sequins, man. It's so cool. And then we've got the metal zipper, which is, here, hold on. See, little metal zipper. The whole thing is metal, not just this little zipper pull. I see people doing that a lot recently, like on Whatnot shows and stuff, where they're like, oh, it's a metal zipper. And literally the pull is zipper, but the zipper itself, the pull is metal, but the zipper itself is like nylon or plastic, and they're calling it a metal zipper. And it's like, no, the zipper is fucking metal, is what people get excited about for metal zippers. This had a tag. You can see like the remnants of the Union tag in there, but obviously it was cut out. Such a cute dress. It's ready to be done now. There's no holes or anything, which is great. It doesn't look like it needs a real soak or anything. So that's a dry cleaner kind of situation anyway, but it's so freaking cute. Did I tell you what I paid for it? I don't know. I don't think I did. $3. $3. Okay. This one I got to hold on to because it has a friend and I don't know where its friend is. Let's go with this one next. Okay. This is just a cute little blouse. Like this is not really anything. This is like a very adorable little everyday shirt. I feel like it's a little bit darted at the waist, which is cute. It's got little cuffed, oh, hold on. It's got little cuffed sleeves, and actually the cuff sleeves are, oh, okay. I don't know how they're intended to go. They have the button there, so I guess they're intended to be like that. It was kind of folded, but I don't know if that was like, if it's meant to be like this or like this or however you want, you know, do what you want. It's yours. That's the tag. You can see it's got like a little bit of gold going through there. This feels like Indian cotton. I don't know if there's a tag that's going to let me know what the fiber content is, but it doesn't matter because this is so freaking cute. And this was marked at $3. So I paid $1.50 and then got another 20% off of that. Love it. Love it. Okay. This may have been a poor decision on my part, but I don't know. I think these are really cute. Did I get 3 or 4 of these things? I think I got 3. I got a bunch of these little like 90s era, I'm going to call them skater skirts. So I think I got 3. So here's the first one, right? So it's like short and it's a little bit fuller, kind of like, whoop, you know, cutie patootie, rayon. There's the print on this one. This is very adorable. The tag on this is, I don't know who that is. Doesn't matter. This is pretty small. It's marked size 1. It has a nice stretchy elastic waistband, and it's just very adorable. This reminds me a lot of like Empire Records kind of aesthetic. It's very 90s, charmed, like, you know, cutesy kind of stuff like that. This was $2. So it was a pretty easy buy that way. I have a similar one that is currently in a Whatnot show. It's been in several Whatnot shows. It's probably going to fall off soon. So that hasn't sold. But that doesn't mean that this style of skirt isn't good. Like that one's not even that tiny. It could just be that people aren't like super into the print, whatever, right? Like so I think these skirts are really cute. The one that I have, actually it's not in Whatnot anymore, which you don't need to know all of this extraneous fucking information. I have it like in the pipeline to be listed elsewhere because I took photos. Anyway, here's the second one. Same brand, right? Cute little daisy print. This one was also $2. So, you know, what are you going to do? Same size 1. Nice little stretchy elastic waist. Cute little silhouette. It's adorable. I love it. The third one is the first one that I had picked up. And I got this one because it's vintage Banana Republic. And I love those tags. Very nostalgic for me. This one was $4. It was not on sale. But so I was definitely getting this one. And then the other two, I was like, yeah, whatever. Pockets. Nice. It's got pockets. We're very excited about that. So yeah, so I thought that was cute. This one's a little bit larger, I think, than the other two are. So that's fun. Okay, let's see. Next up, where did I put my hanger? Because we need that back again. But I also got to zip it. Everything's just a like chaotic. This is fun in a kitschy way. This was $4 and it's a dress. So that's the skirt of the dress. And then the top, obviously, this is very polyester, as you can see. But also, look, oh, look, Leslie Faye. I have a little soft spot for Leslie Faye. With those tags, often, you know, Leslie Faye is a hit or miss. Like, it really depends on the era for the most part. And this is just like a goofy, fun kind of era. I think this will be a really nice little piece. And for $4, you know, you can't go wrong with that. That's very cute. I'm so hot right now under these lights with this sweater on. Okay. Next up is another cute little skirt. It's very plain for what I normally like to pick up, but it's adorable. It's a wrap skirt and it wraps like this is the front. So you've got these two pockets with the like contrast stitching on them, which I think is adorable, right? And then it wraps around. So you put the pockets on, you know, it's a wrap skirt. I don't know why I'm explaining to you what that is. You know, the tags on this are very cute. This feels like cotton. So we've got this little guy. And then we've got this other one here, which is just washing instructions. And then I think there's a union tag in there somewhere too. So this was adorable. Again, it's going to be like a very A-line, not stiff, but like structured, you know, it's a good thick kind of fabric. And this was $2. So fantastic. I like a lot of, you know, stuff going on, but I thought this was still very cute. So, all right, this dress I freaking love. And I did not see any tags when I was in the store, but well, that's because the tag was torn out. I'm just looking now. Like the tag was torn out, which is why I didn't see it. It's not there. Look at this dress. I feel like this is a very 70s does 40s kind of situation. Look at how fucking cute this is. So it's got all these little buttons up the front. Okay, the little sleeve detail. Look how sweet this is. Those buttons. And then these buttonholes, these are so adorable because it's like the buttonhole is only like half open, but it gives you all that extra detail for the aesthetic of it, which is so cute. And then you've got these guys, like it's very like 40s looking, but it's not 40s at all. Here's the tag remnant. Okay. And then just to check myself while I was in there, I looked at the construction because that's what we do. And this is what the tags look like on the inside. The seams look like on the inside. So again, like not a modern kind of piece at all, right? Like, look at that, how sweet that is. Love that. Anyway, and this was $3. So fucking brilliant. It had a belt at one point, which is missing, but you know, you can put something cute with it or not. Like, I don't even know that this needs a belt. It's got such a lovely little silhouette. It's really adorable. This might be older than I thought. What? Metal zipper, little side metal zipper. So side metal zippers typically are 40s into 50s. I don't know. I mean, I feel like all this kind of stuff is giving me more 70s, honestly. I don't know. I don't feel like it's actually 40s into 50s, but it's okay. We'll see. We'll see. We'll play around with it later. We'll see what happens. All right, next, definitely not anywhere near as old. I'm going to guess this one's more 90s. This one is so ridiculous, and I love it. So this is obviously, or not here, this is an Asian print on it. This is a stretchy satin kind of shirt. It's got its nice little paper tag down here on the inside with an extra button. And that's the brand Bizu Bizu. So this isn't like a crazy expensive brand or anything, but it is a fun, I think it was like a popular brand back in the more 90s era. And I just thought it was a really fun shirt. And again, it was $2 for me. So such an easy pickup. I don't know if this is going to be a vibe for my Whatnot crowd, but I don't sell exclusively on Whatnot. Surprise, surprise. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Next up is a pair of pants. Oh, these are so cute. Look at these. Polyester, polyester, and a little bit of a, like not quite a flare leg, like, you know, a little bit. And hold, please. There's the tag. Feminits. How cute is that? This was fucking $1.50. So, although I just felt some sadness. Ah, I mean, easy fix, right? But that means it's not going in a show tomorrow. That means I just have to do some work, but that's okay. It's just sewing up that seam. Easy peasy. Easy peasy effort-wise, but getting myself to do it, whole another story. So, all right, next up is another piece of kitschy ridiculousness that I love. Now, I'm sure that this had some sort of friend somewhere. I didn't find it. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Look at this ludicrous thing. It is very neon. And then it's got these floral sleeves. They've got a little bit of elastic here at the cuff. We've got this great collar. Look at that. Like when you see this close up, this is very like 70s fabric, right? I don't believe that I found any tags in this. Look at these buttons, little covered buttons. This might be a handmade or homemade, whatever kind of piece, right? That's the inside. So we got all that. The one thing that this does have, which is, I don't think I'll be able to show you on camera. There's like some little, I can't even see them right now. I felt like I saw them pretty plainly in the store. There's like a couple of little pull spots, like you can see that one there. I felt like there were, you know, more than I would like. I mean, I would like none, obviously, but it wasn't enough to make me not buy it. It's so freaking cute. And I can't really see them very well right now, but I know that they're there. Yeah. It's kind of a lighting situation. I think just because if a shadow is cast because of one of them, that makes them easier to see. But anyway, and this thing was $1.50. Like, come on. Amazing. Love it. All right. Next up is this little cutie. This is like an 80s era. This was also $1.50 today. We did pretty well with all that kind of stuff. I'm saying that now I've got a whole bunch of stuff that was not on sale that'll be coming up. So, you know, but this is just a cute little 80s era top, like nothing over the top, very, you know, everyday wear type of situation. And then there's a tag, which we love. We love a paper tag. We love some nice font. We love $3, $1.50. It was $3, but 50% off. This is very cute, you know, like adorable, 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 adorable. Love it. Okay. Let's see. Who are you? What are you? All right, let's talk about this skirt next. I love this skirt. Hold on. Let me see if this other thing is here somewhere. I've got like a 2-piece set that like one piece is just, here we go. One piece is just sitting in my lap and it's just annoying me. I want to get it out of my lap. Little 2-piece set. So first of all, we've got these little shorty shorts. This is a little pair of sleep shorts and little gold label action. So these are mark size small. So the shorty shorts were $1, which is fantastic. We love it. And then the top that goes with it. Oops, this is not wanting to hang on a hanger properly, but there we go. Little top. So this collar is all sorts of messed up. But look how long the lapels are. I think this might be buttoned, maybe not incorrectly, but it's fine. So pretty. I love this design. Little gold label action again. This top was $4. So, but I was very excited to find both pieces together. I had found these first and I was keeping an eye out because I was expecting that there would be like a camisole top that matched. That's what I was thinking I would find. I was hoping to find the match. I was expecting that if I found it, it would be a camisole top. This is what it was instead, but that's okay. This is so cute. And this is just like my college roommates and I, we were wearing this shit all the time when we were in college. And they will definitely be getting photos of this later as a little trip down memory lane. I love that kind of shit. That's so cute. All right, next let's talk about this skirt. This skirt was really cool. Now this does have some moth holes and I got it anyway because you'll see. Number one, I think it's really pretty. It's like a lovely quality. So you can see it's this pleated skirt. Okay, gorgeous. And I love the way the pleats Like this is all sewn together here and then they open up down here. So this is like a nice thick waistband. It's very, like this whole thing is quite long here. It's got this really nice finished waistband here. We have your metal zipper, which is always very important. We got whatever this little situation is right there, a little taggy tag. But what? She's reversible. How much fun is that? So cute. So I know that there's this little handful. What does this tag say, by the way? Yeah, it's just numbers and something about a patent. So there's little like mothy hole guys. Now I will probably start this on Whatnot and just be like, hey, it's got some moth holes because they're not like giant. And because of all the pleating and everything, and of course now I can't find a single, there we go. You know, they're not nuts. Like there's one there. That's a pretty big one. You know, there's another one there. I feel like I've found a couple others. There's not like a million of them. 5, I think, something like that. But also it's such a cool skirt with the reversible and everything. And with all the pleats, like you're not really seeing the moth holes too extensively. So I probably will try to put this up on Whatnot first. Just as like, I mean, I paid $5 for this. So I would still list this as $15 plus shipping, although the shipping on this is going to be heavy, but I capped my shipping on Whatnot anyway. So buyers pay a maximum of $9.21, no matter how much stuff they're buying from me. So yeah. Shipping, a maximum of $9.21 in shipping. Obviously they pay more for the clothes. Okay. Next up is this lovely example of my excellent taste, my excellent hand and eye for quality. This dress. So I thought that this dress, like looking at it, I was like, yeah, it's kind of neat. You know, it has like, when you feel this, you can feel how thick this cotton is. So that was a big factor for me. Like I could just feel that it was, you know, older. You've got the little puff shoulders, which I thought was adorable. I feel like this is going to be more of like a drop waist type of silhouette. So it's not going to be very fitted. Normally when I model it, it possibly will be, but not, it shouldn't be. And I thought that was really cute. And, you know, it's got a little talon zipper back here, whatever. So this was $6. And then when I was checking it over, I found the tag, which I didn't look very earnestly for in the first place, but Laura Ashley. And I'm like, I'm so good. Spotting the quality, 100% cotton, USA size 10. Yeah, so made in Great Britain. Like, it's great. So I think this is really adorable. Oh, it's got like little buttons on the cups. So cute. So really, just really excellent quality pieces. I think this is a little bit more subdued design-wise as far as like color and stuff. Like I like the more floral, you know, involved stuff. But Laura Ashley pieces always seem to do really well. So that was fun. The next one, like aesthetically, this next one is more up my alley. Let's see. Let's see. Look at her. The little 70s chiffon kind of, hello, dreamboat situation. I love these things, right? Like look at that flower design. So cool. Elastic waist. This one does have her little waist tie. And she's got little chest pockets. Very cute. There's the tag. Nothing exciting, but 70s. And this was $5. So I think these things are so pretty. These little like tulip sleeves, right? So pretty. Love this stuff. So I was so excited to find that one. That was a fun little pickup. So cute. Let's see. All right, next. Love this one too. All right, this next one. This one was $5, which is like what? Okay, so this is all like rainbow colored stitching, and you've got the rainbow stitching on the edges here. Little bit of a flutter sleeve, right? Flutter. In the back, this, look at that. But can you guess what my favorite part of this whole situation is? If you watch regularly, you might be able to. It's a jumpsuit. I love a jumpsuit. So cool. So Very awesome. This will likely not be in tomorrow's show. It will probably be in next week's show. Look at that little wide leg situation. There were no tags in this that I found. It's got the little, that's the zipper. I don't think it's even talon. I think it's, I can't read what the fuck is on that zipper. But, like this is just very classic 70s all over the place here. So, so cool. And I'm just double checking. Wait, what? No, I thought I saw a tag. I did not. Double checking for a tag. Looking for a tag to give us the 411. No tag. Sorry. But that's still so fucking cool. And I mean, it's another one of those things where like, I like tags as sort of like proof. I'm saying proof, like it is proof to the buyer of what the era is. If you are accustomed to dealing with a lot of vintage, and a lot of my buyers are also resellers, it's one of those things like you just look at it and feel it and you know that it's from the 70s, So, but I like it, for people who are not as well versed. And I mean, sometimes even when you're looking at stuff online, you know what I mean? Like I generally, like, especially on Depop, I almost never buy things where the seller is not showing the tags and stuff because like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, and there's so many of these fast fashion companies that are making dupes all over the place that look like they're vintage. Like, I want to know what I'm getting, So I like showing the tags. That's also why I talk about like the seams and the construction of things so much, is because either in lieu of or even in addition to the tags, that's helping you date things. I feel like I'm talking to people like y'all are like, yeah, Laura, every fucking week we talk about this shit. I know, sorry. This dress, next up. This is cute, right? Little ruffly. It's denim, but it's like a thinner denim. It's not quite a chambray. It's a little bit more substantial than that. But like, look at that skirt. So cute. And that's the tag. How cute is it? Okay. That says, I think it says Barbara. This was $6. So very adorable. It has pockets, but these pockets are like I can get literally my fingers into the pockets. It's like, thanks, Barbara. Give me a fucking break. You have this whole giant skirt to work with. You could have given me like an actual pocket, for Christ's sake. Anyway, there we go. That's cute. Let's see. Okay, this thing is a mystery a little bit to me. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's a dress. I know that. It was $6, so I know that as well. Here is the dress. This is all, I was going to say one piece. Obviously, it's one piece. It pulls over the head. There's no entry. Where's my words? There's no closures. There's no side closures. There's no front or back closure or anything like that. You just pull this on over the head. There's no elastic. So this is a very like loose fitting dress. Now the silhouette of this is sort of like pretty 20s to me. It's very lightweight fabric. I do not believe that this is from the 20s. It's just, the condition is really, I don't know how to describe it. There's certain things that as fabric gets older, like it feels different, and I don't know how to substantiate that for you. And it's not always accurate, right? There's a lot of times that you're feeling something, and like that pink dress from earlier that I was saying that it was 70s does 40s, and it has the peplum, but it's got the side metal zipper. That's also very confusing to me. It feels very crisp and new and excellent, so I'm attributing it to 70s. I don't really know, honestly. So this is the seams on the inside. So you've got these wider things. I think this is probably like 60s era is my guess on this. And it's just like this really nice sort of semi-sheer. Also this print. I feel like this print is probably like a safe bet, Asian inspired mid-century era kind of situation, right? It's a little bit larger. I'm so bad with estimating things anymore. Like I want to say this is like a large or an extra large, but you have to get it on over your head as well. So we'll see what the measurements look like, but it's very pretty. It's very airy and lightweight. And I think it's sweet. And it was $6. So there we go. Very excited about that. Yay. All right, let's see. This is so cute. I love this. I assume this was part of like a sort of semi-formal or evening wear type of situation. It's just a black velvet blazer, but the velvet feels gorgeous. It might be silk velvet. And it's got all these little buttons down the front with little, again, what do you do? Oh, that's just fuzz. Okay. I love the aesthetic of this. I hate the functionality of this. Like, but it's really beautiful. Here's all like, again, the inner construction and stuff, you know, and then this is the only tag I've seen so far. I haven't looked, you know, I saw this. So look that up. I think this is also a mid-century type of situation here going on. So it's really cool. And this was $8. So, but it's really, really nice. I love the way this feels. I think it's so interesting that the tag is down here at the bottom. So that's really cool. So pretty. Okay, let's move it along, LG. I got a lot of whatnot work to do after this. So we're getting down to it though. Let me see. I've got those two. That's the grand finale piece. I've only got 4 pieces left. What? Okay. All right. So I'll do this. I'll do this one now. This is just a cute little 70s button front shirt. Polyester, nylon, something like that. Stretchy. Dude, there we go. So this is the print. Here's the collar. Like, not, I mean, it's kind of like mini dagger collar, you know. This was $2. It's pretty small. It's like probably an extra small, maybe a size small. For a second, I thought I saw an image in one of the abstract shapes, but I don't think it is. I think it's just very swirly. So very cool. Love it. $2. Love it. All right. Next, this is a Hawaiian dress, 60s, 70s era. This is not my favorite type of colorway, but it's a really nice feeling fabric. It does feel like cotton. And the tag, of course, I can't pass this up. Look at that tag. So cute. This was $8. And let's see. Has washing instructions, so we're probably talking 70s. I don't see fiber content. It feels cotton, maybe cotton poly blend, right? So very cute. Maxi length. And here's the zipper on this one. So I don't know if it's Talon or not. No, I don't think. YKK. Anyway, that was very cute. $8. It was on one of the newly rolled out racks. So I snatch, snatch, snatch. And then second to last piece, but this is another really good one. I love it. Love it. Another Hawaiian dress, but this colorway is a little more exciting to me. Plus we got these guys, little flippy sleeves. Okay. Look at the neon. The pink. I think it's so pretty. Very Mrs. Ropa. Oh dear, Skibbs, you okay, bud? Skibbs just came in hot and slipped on the floor when he went to jump on the bed. $8 for this one as well. Love this. I don't know if these Hawaiian dresses are like not as in demand as they used to be. I mean, this is also like bark clothy. So you've got this like very textured, you can see it almost looks like a tree bark kind of texture if I can get the lighting right for you. So, you know, this wouldn't have been like $200 or anything like that, but I feel like this could have, at one point in time, was probably a good like $80 to $100 dress. I don't know if it's still in that category. I will be offering these up on Whatnot first, so I'll be starting the bidding probably at 15. What did I say they were? 8? But I also got 20% off of them. So yeah, probably start the bidding at 15 on those. Maybe 20, but that kind of depends on what the general comps are for them. Let's see. So I still love them though, even if they're like not in vogue anymore. I just, you know, I love those eras, 70s and earlier. All right. This is my favorite piece. Honestly, like it's my favorite because this is a good seller. Like it's a coveted brand and I know it will sell for a lot of money. I am going to run this one on Whatnot. I've done a couple of them on Whatnot before. They always sell for a good amount of money. And actually Whatnot is sort of the platform that introduced me to this brand. I sold one of these dresses once that I don't think had a tag, but I had pretty much the exact same dress like in my own personal wardrobe. So I was running it and it got bid up. I don't remember how much. And somebody after I ran the dress was like, oh, is that such and such brand? And I was like, I don't know. But I was like, but I have one just like it in my wardrobe. So after the fact, I went and checked, and the one that I have was marked with the tag, and it was that brand. I mean, I had it. I just never paid much attention to it. I just thought it was a cool dress. So then I looked it up, and they sell for 150 to 250, depending on the style and everything. So I feel like when I sold them on Whatnot, because I found a second one at some point that did have a tag. I feel like both times I sold them, they went around the $70 to $80 range for me, which is a lot for me on Whatnot. So anyway, I know you're dying. Here's the dress. I'm hiding the tag still. So this is, like a crochet kind of situation. And it's shiny, very nice, stretchy. And it's a maxi length dress. Boop. And then the sleeves, they have this nice little edge there. You ready? Do you already know? You might already know. Wengili. Sounds like fungili, like I'm talking about Italian soup. Wengili. So very exciting. And this was marked at $10. I paid $5 because it was on 50% off. Plus I got 20% off of that. So it's very easy for me to run this starting at a $15 auction. Again, this will not be in tomorrow's Whatnot show. This is going to be, so tomorrow, what's today? Tomorrow is the 11th, I think, of December. So this will be in the December 18th show. So, because I want to be able to generate a little bit of buzz, a little bit of excitement for it. So maybe I'll get it listed in the show in advance. I don't know. Anyway, very excited about that. So cool. And it was a really nice find. I was excited about all of my finds today. I think for my personal aesthetic, that semi-sheer purple 70s one with the tulip sleeves and the flowers, that was probably one of my favorites. But I mean, I felt like it was a really great run today. I was so happy with what I picked up. The trip itself was just chaotic. I got there 20 minutes after they opened, which is late, right, for me. So I had to park, not even in the parking lot. It's like in a shopping center-y type of thing. I had to park outside of the shopping center parking lot, which I'm grateful I got that, let me just say. And then I got my little cart. So I have to get a cart and get in the elevator to go to the second floor where all of my stuff really is. And trying to get into the elevator was a whole clusterfuck and took forever and was very stressful. Then it was just one of those days where everybody was in the way constantly. You're walking down an aisle and the aisles are barely big enough for two carts to pass one another. So somebody will have their cart here, but they're standing here looking at stuff. Then you have to ask them to move. And then they back up this way, but their cart is still here. Go next to your fucking cart, or keep your cart on the same side as you. I get we're all in la la land sometimes, right? But these people are chronically either just always unaware or they literally don't give a shit. I don't know which one it is, but that was happening so much. And just people just stopping in the middle of aisles. Also there's a lot when they're rolling out new racks. They have the new racks out at the ends of aisles, in a main thoroughfare sort of. And of course, everybody wants to stop and look at the stuff that's on the new racks. And I always try to kind of get my cart out of the way of the aisle because again, the aisles aren't that big to begin with. The main drag of the aisles is probably enough for two carts to comfortably pass one another. But then you have a rolling rack there and now it's a little bit more uncomfortable. People put their cart in front of the rolling rack and are looking through it. It's well, now nobody can pass you. So now everybody has to stop and it's a fucking nightmare. And today was just full blown the whole time that was happening. It was very stressful. And I just noticed as I was going through the store, I was also on the phone with somebody. And then at one point when I was sorting through my cart, I try to pick a spot that's out of the way and I just look everything over and I kind of make decisions, no this, yes, this, whatever. And so I kind of take everything out of the cart, I hang it on the sides of the cart and then I just throw it back in the cart as I'm guessing them, As much as I tried to be out of the way, I was in a sort of furniture area and there was some guy who was I don't like to be ageist anymore because now I'm getting old. So now I feel I don't like to insult old people. But this guy was like a fucking 112 years old. And he was looking at these like TV tray tables, you know, those wooden tables that kind of collapse together. There's a bunch of them there. Now, you could come at the tables this way or this way. And he was coming at them from this way, which was very inconvenient because like it was harder to get to them there because of where I was. So first of all, come from this direction. But secondly, whatever. I was trying to move out of his way, but because I've got stuff hung on the cart, I can't because the cart's running the things over. Now I can't move it. And I'm on the phone at the same time, trying to sort through things. And just all of my like sensory whatever, I was like going to boil over in a second, you know? And any one of those, they're all very like minimal things. It was just too much. My brain was like, I can't do all this. And I was so like hyper aware. I was feeling bad that I was in the guy's way, but also I was like, what the fuck are you like? Don't do that way. It's easier if you go over here. And then, and he was so slow about it. He was looking at these things for so long. And in this like the slowest, like, right. And I almost lost my fucking shit so many times. Anyway, and plus I was hot, you know, like it all just like adds up, right? Anyway, don't get old is the moral of that story, because not because you take too long to look at tables, but that too, but because you can't fucking handle shit anymore, right? Like everything is an issue now. Anyway, so I have to go and do 57 hours worth of work to get my Whatnot show prep for tomorrow. I'm exaggerating a little bit. I do have 19 of my drafts prepped, which means I have 11 more drafts to go. And then I have to photograph everything. And then I have to load all the photos in. And so we got a lot of work to do, but not as much work as I normally have to do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you're looking forward to next week's Whatnot show and tomorrow's Whatnot show. Tomorrow's is going to be great too. I have a lot of fun stuff from the past couple of weeks that you've seen in haul videos. It's going to be in tomorrow's show. So I am looking forward very much to all of it. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you again soon. Bye.